Okay, so this is my PlayStation Collection update. I guess number one, I decided to check my videos, and that's what it says. I've made other updates on my other channels that I've either deleted or I haven't been using lately, but for the sake of this channel, it's the first one. So this is my collection of PS1, PS2, and PS3 games. No, I do not have a PSP or a PS Vita. I did have a PS2 and a PS3. My PS2 died, which was in the weirdest way. I moved the controller jack, and after watching a movie, I'd already turned the system off, and it just died, which that pissed me off. And then my PS3, I couldn't update the memory due to numerous issues, so I just blanked the memory and sold it. So yeah, currently I'm without a PlayStation. In a couple days or weeks, I will get another PlayStation. But until then, I'm just going to show off my collection so far. So here's the first page: Ape Escape, Asteroids, Blasto, and Castlevania Chronicles. Blasto is a first-party game with the voice of some famous voice actor or something. It's a decent game. The controls are pretty crazy, especially if you're not used to um, like 2D controls for a 3D game. That's when they were first starting with experimenting with 3D games on consoles. When you really get down to it, but decent game. It's not amazing, but check it out. Check out Ape Escape. I don't know how much it is online. I got it at a used game store before it closed down, which really sucks. It was a good play. Next is let's see here. Crash Bash. I need to get another copy. This one's kind of broken. Final Fantasy, Chrono Trigger, and Final Fantasy 4, or vice versa, whatever. Gex, Deep Cover Gecko, and Gran Turismo 1. This is going to get harder. Crash Bash is a great party game. I think it's better than some of the Mario Party games. Some people will disagree. I thought it was great. It's actually by Eurocom. It's not by Naughty Dog, and I thought they did a great job. It has a story, unlike like Mario Party and shit, and it's very basic. Just good versus evil, and there's like several endings. But when you get down to it, it really has nothing to do with the rest of the series because most people just retcon it. Um, and yeah, I got the Chrono Trigger and Final Fantasy 4 dual pack. It's awesome. Get that. Uh, oh, sorry, it was Gex Enter the Gecko, which is the only one that's not on PSN. So I said the wrong Gex. Next is, okay, there's a blank page, and Guardians Crusade, which is a very easy RPG, and I haven't gotten very far in it when I had a PS2 or PS3. And Jet Moto 2, which is decent. I think it has like more tracks but less characters than the first one, and the controls are absolutely retarded. It's again 2D controls for a 3D game, and I got it for like I understand for like the platformers and shit, but this is a racing game. Um, I don't know. I think it was 97. So yeah, they could have used the analog controller at that point, but they didn't. So there's that. It's a good game though. Namco Museum Volume 3, great set of Namco games. Road Rash 3D, awesome game. Check it out. Treasure Planet. I love the PS1 version. I haven't played the PS2 version, but it's made by a different company. It's a very simple, like platformer puzzle game. Check it out. And King of Fighters not 1999. It's okay. It's not my favorite, but I'm not a huge fighting game fan. Um, that's why I got rid of almost all my fighting games. Um, so that's the PS1 collection. Very small. It used to be bigger, but I sold the games, uh, a lot of games recently, because I'm going to get them on PSN once I get another PS3. So there's that. So this is going to keep going faster, try and get it under 5 minutes each. Next is PS2. Again, not so large, and I'll probably get rid of the Kingdom Hearts games once the collection comes out around like probably fall of this year in the United States. So Castlevania Land of Innocence, awesome 3D Castlevania game. If you're just starting with the 3D Castlevanias, that's one to check out, along with Curse of Darkness, which I haven't gotten yet, but that's the next one I'm getting. Crash Twinsanity, really good game. I've never gotten very far, but I've seen the whole story from beginning to end on YouTube, so I think it's a great game. Evergrace. Really easy, like, it's not really an RPG, it's more like a hack and slash, but I think there is like a leveling up system. Very simple, and there's like little to no story, so it's just like a hack and slash game. So yeah, that's that page. Next, Final Fantasy 12 and bonus disc. I got the collector's edition from GameStop, and they didn't give me the silver case. They just gave me a greatest hits, and they didn't have 2-disc case. So I just swapped it with one of my DVD cases. And here's my Kingdom Hearts Collection 1, 1.5, and 2, or RE of Memories, whatever you want to call it. It's basically a 1.5. It's just a remake of the first game, minus a few areas, and it basically sets up the background for the villains in the second game, which is awesome. I never got very far though. I believe it's supposed to be remade in either I don't know if it's the first Kingdom Hearts collection or the second, but either way, I'm looking forward to it. And Klonoa 2, probably my favorite game of all time. And I know that's weird to say because it's like the most basic platformer ever, probably even more so than Super Mario Brothers. It's really basic, but it's just the emotion, because there's like the voice acting is just in gibberish. It's not Japanese or anything, not to my knowledge. It's just a really fun game. And I almost always cry at the end. I know that sounds sad, but it's not like a super, story. It's a story-based game, but it's very basic. I just really enjoy it. I don't know what it is. Let's see, Mega Man X Collection. I used to be good at the Mega Man games, now I suck. That's really disappointing. My favorite's probably the first Mega Man X, honestly, and I know it's probably the most overrated one. But I don't know. That and maybe X4 is another overrated. Onimusha. Really great game. It runs on the tank controls of Resident Evil, and it works. I don't know why people hate that control scheme. It works perfectly for games like Resident Evil. Silent Hill, I think, had tank controls, and Onimusha also has it, and it works great. Next is Rogue Galaxy. Haven't played it yet, but I heard it was one of the better RPGs on the PS2, so I got it. And Shinobi, which is now on PSN, so you have no excuse not to get this game. It was made by Overworks and published by Sega. Really great 3D action game. Some people say it's hard. I got, I think, halfway through the game, and it didn't seem that challenging, but I'm not game critics, who are apparently pussies. So, let's see. Is this blank? Silent Hill 2. I just got that, and again, my PS2 is dead. So, I'm looking forward to it, though. I've been watching a whole bunch of footage on it. I don't know everything about it now, so I'm just really looking forward to it. Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne. My friend just got this. I got this a year ago, and I played only a little bit into it, but I really love the gameplay. And the story, though simple, is just amazing. It's a good game. Check it out. It's hella cheap. And I'm not sure if it's on PSN yet, but I'm hoping they do, especially since Persona 3 Fest got on PSN. Then we got, what is it? Sylphid, The Lost Planet, which is in like a long line of spaceship shooters. Very short game and easy. I think I got it for hella cheap online. So yeah, check it out. This is just a soundtrack to one of my PS3 games, so it's not really important. Let's hurry and finish this up. This is taking a while. SSX3, I suck at it. Xenosaga Episode 1, boring and I suck at it, but it's supposed to be a great game, and I want to check out the whole series from beginning to end, so when I get a PS2 again, that'll be one of the first things. Yakuza 1, great game, funny as hell, English voice acting. Okay, so with that, that's the PS2 collection. Probably one of my bigger collections, because PS2 was probably my favorite console of all time for a long time. And PS1's really close too. Same with PS3. But I do have other consoles that I really enjoy that aren't PlayStation. The original Xbox was good. I should have kept it. I don't know why I didn't. I do. I was in that period where I just played consoles for a month and then I sold them back like an idiot. But the original Xbox was great. The GameCube, and even the Wii to an extent. I think the Wii is an underrated system, but at the same time it does have its problems, mostly due to Nintendo and their thoughts on gaming in general these days, up until the Wii U, which they're improving in very minor ways, but third-party is helping them out, and I think they will do better. With that said, let's get started with PS3, the very last one. And I do have a lot of games for it. I haven't beaten almost any of them, except for the ones that were already on PS2. So, let's get started. 3D Game Heroes, great parody of The Legend of Zelda. I believe it's supposed to be A Link to the Past is what it's parodying. Batman, Arkham Asylum, and Arkham City, both Greatest Hits Edition, or technically this one's Game of the Year Edition, which it has the worst cover art in existence, except for the Konami games. Those Greatest Hits suck horribly. Dark Souls, I barely started it before I had to get rid of my PS3. Great game. Devil May Cry 4, not as bad as everyone says, although I could be biased because the voice actor of Nero is the guy from Bleach and numerous other games. Seriously, why is she calling me? Disgaea 4, good game, I suck at it. A good game. I'm going to get rid of Duke Nukem Forever. I just am never going to beat it. I didn't think it was as bad as people said. I'm just not that interested in it anymore. And I just got it because a person I know I watch on the internet said it was decent. And it was. I'm just not interested in it. El Shaddai. Great religious-based game. Very simple though when you only have 3 weapons. And it's like a platformer, action game, third person. So if you're into that, if you're really into action games, and you're into like religion, this is great. And it's hella cheap. It did sell for crap though, which is kind of sad. But whatever. Final Fantasy 13. I thought it was decent, but the controls were retarded. Like the paradigm system, paradigm shift is basically where you switch into like 3 different control options, so magic, attack, and healing, and I think there's like a couple other ones like a burst mode, but they don't let you just use the face buttons for that, which the face buttons are useless. You're only using X, so why can't you just use square, triangle, and circle to switch between the main 3 attack modes? That would have made more sense instead of using L1 and then using the D-pad and then X. It's just retarded. They made sequels, and I heard they made minor improvements, but then they added to the story a bunch of time traveling bullshit and nonsense. Just no. Just make a new game and fix the fucking controls. And then Folklore, I had it once before, and yeah, I barely started, and I gave up. So I got it again because it was hella cheap, and people on the internet were saying it was rare. But no, in California, it's common as shit, and you're lying, and you just don't want to go to fucking GameStop, so fuck off. Um, let's see. Gran Turismo 5 XL Edition, hella cheap, decent game, could be better. Uh, Jack and Daxter Collection, why the fuck isn't Jack X on there? Okay, Metal Gear Solid 4, why so many fucking load times? Um, No More Heroes, Heroes Paradise, why the fuck can't I get the damn thing to start up? Seriously, the way you have to start the game is retarded, and they should fix that in a fucking patch. Um, Ratchet and Clank Collection. Why the fuck isn't Ratchet Deadlocked on here? It's supposed to be like trilogy and shit, but really, it's a collection. Just put the last games on there. I get it. They're sort of like spin-offs, both Jack X and Ratchet Deadlocked. But Deadlock was an actual, it had relevance with the plot. And even X, to a degree, had some influence on the plot. I get it, they're different playing styles than the first three games in each series. But at the same time, just fucking put it on there. I'm hoping they just get PSN releases later. Um, Resistance 1 and 2, greatest hits. They came in a bundle, and I got them for less than what the bundle cost because GameStop is retarded. Thank the Lord. And I personally like the first game better, even with its not as good-looking graphics. Let's see. Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing, Sonic Generations, and Sonic Unleashed. Sonic Unleashed is a pretty good game, despite the Werehog. I like the Werehog. People bitch about it too much. Sonic Generations, good gameplay, decent story. And Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing is a really good racing game. Better than like some of the older Mario Karts. See, nothing here. Oh, there's shit over here. The Sly Collection, great games. I got started with the Sly series with 2 on the PS2. So when I heard they were making all 3 for the PS3, I was happy because that meant that the games might actually have a chance and there might be a new game. And sure enough, there was Sly 4, which I still haven't gotten yet. What's this? Under Defeat HD, you can only get it on Amazon, to my knowledge, and maybe the website of the company. But yeah, check it out. Really good shooter. Yakuza 3 and Yakuza 4. Good games. Television thingy, just ignore that. And Zona the Enders Collection. Awesome. That's my collection in a nutshell. I have a lot of games. And it just sucks I can't play any of them. But yeah, I love PlayStation. It's not to say I don't play other systems. I do play Nintendo, but I don't have enough games to show a Nintendo collection. I have a decent amount of I think it was Super Nintendo games for my family clone. But other than that, I really don't have many games for the Wii or GameCube. I got a couple for the GameCube lately, and I showed those. So I'm not sure if I can really do a straight-up Nintendo collection yet. But yeah, so I will say this now, since it's not really going to make sense to show an unboxing or anything. I just ordered a PlayStation 1. Like the big gray one, because it was hella cheap. It was like $15 on Amazon. And for some stupid reason, I got rid of my original PS1 I had in my closet. And I already had the cables and everything. I do need to get a controller, which was probably the only thing I just forgot to order. So I'll order one of those. Because my PS1 controller is broken. And then I ordered a couple games, and you already saw that my PS1 collection's okay. It's not great, but yeah. yeah, so that's my collection. If you have any games to suggest to me, I already wrote a new PS1 list. We'll have a lot of games, and you probably can't read that. Damn it! Stupid ass thing. Um, yeah, Galarians, Vampire Hunter D, maybe. Uh, I mean, I heard that wasn't that great of a game. Strider 2, G Darius. I really want to get G Darius because it's a spaceship shooter, and it's like I think was that horizontal, which I love horizontal shooters better than vertical. It just makes it easier for me. Uh, and a whole bunch of other games like Final Doom. But yeah, that was my collection. I hope you liked it. That's just the updated version. Again, I'll probably get rid of the two of the Kingdom Hearts games once the collection comes out, or at least one of them. I believe that at least the first game is going to be on the HD Collection 1.5, and then there's supposed to be like a 2.5, and then 3 is inevitably coming out, probably in 2015 or later. Um, but yeah, that's my collection. Hope you like it. Have a good one.